played for Coach Paterno, and now I played for another very successful coach here at Penn State, and Coach Franklin. As for me, I appreciate the opportunity from Pat Kraft and administration that they entrusted me to lead this program forward. Penn State holds a dear place in my heart. I'm a third generation Penn Stater. My dad sits up top. He's a 68 grad. I'm a 91 grad. My son's a 07 grad. My daughter graduated here recently. I call this place home. I love this place. I love the blue and the white. I'm proud to be sitting in front of you. For our program, we need to stick together, stay focused, keep the standard the standard. Nothing changes when it comes to the expectation, as Pat alluded to earlier. We need to get back to enjoying ball, being tough, gritty, and passionate. Our players and staff will respond with great energy this week, as I'm excited for the opportunity to lead everyone in the Lash building. The players, staff, and myself are going to continue to represent Penn State with the pride. We will continue to do it the right way. With that, I'll open up to questions.
All right, we're going to start with Zoom. Let's go to Rich Scarcella, followed by Johnny McGonigal.
Thanks, Greg. Terry, thank you. Appreciate this. Can you describe your reaction when you learned about Pat's decision? How did you find out? And have you spoken to James since?
Yeah, I found out Sunday afternoon. We had a team meeting scheduled at 1:45. I probably found out at 1:20-ish. I was stunned, like most people in the building, most people around the country. I was fortunate to speak with Coach Franklin last night. It was a heartfelt conversation. I just wanted to express my gratitude and thankfulness for him and all that he's done for me, my family, and this program. He took us out of a dark era and got us to be a relevant program again. And we don't take that for granted.
Let's go to Johnny McGonigal and then Devin Jackson.
Terry, thanks for the time. Over the last 24 hours, we've seen players, past and present, sharing their emotions, their feelings on James's firing on social media and otherwise. How would you describe the temperature of the team and of the locker room, and how you guys move forward from that?
Yeah, the temperament is, there's guys that are shocked that it happened. We didn't anticipate this. The staff, we didn't anticipate this. But it has happened. And so, every person that's in the Lash football building, James Franklin brought them there. From the coaches to the staff to all the personnel in the building. He brought every one of us there. So there's an attachment to him. There's a sense of loyalty to him. Now it's my job to press us forward. It's my job for us to be where our feet are, be grounded right here, and be able to represent Penn State in a proud fashion. We've got to get our grittiness back, our toughness, our swag, and most importantly, we got to go have fun. Enjoy playing the game of football.
We'll go to Devin Jackson with the Philadelphia Inquirer, and then we'll go to Mark Brennan.
Hey Terry, thanks for doing this. Just wanted to ask you, obviously, about the recruiting front. You do a lot of things for Penn State and the recruiting aspect. Now that you're the interim coach, how will that, if any, affect what you do for the recruiting, and how do you guys approach it now with James going?
Yeah, I've got my work cut out for me. I've probably recruited almost 3/4 of the roster. And a lot of the committed guys, I recruited those guys. You know, we're just gonna continue to press forward. We're gonna continue to recruit. We're gonna continue to get in front of these guys. One thing that hasn't changed is Penn State is Penn State. We all know the expectation of being here. Pat made it clear. We're gonna be successful. We have always been successful. It is the only way we know. And so we're gonna recruit the young men that wanna be here. And when we suit up come 2026 with a new roster, they're gonna be equipped and ready to go. So recruiting is gonna work as is. We're just gonna keep our tedious approach and keep contacting those guys and try to get them on campus to visit and just to remind them how beautiful of a place this is.
We'll go to questions in the room over here on the right, Mark, and then we'll go to Bob.
Terry over here, you mentioned that you have a lot on your plate right now, understandably, but do you view this in any way as a chance to prove that you could be the guy who is the ultimate full-time head coach at Penn State?
Yeah, I'm thankful that Pat and administration chose me. They could have chose anyone in the building. I'm just thankful. You know, I love Penn State, and all I want to do is help Penn State be successful and win. All right, I'm sitting in this press conference because we didn't win enough. And whatever I can do to help this place win is what I'm willing to do. I would be remiss to say if the opportunity didn't put itself out there for me to be the head coach permanently, absolutely, I would love that opportunity.
In the front, Bob.
Hi Terry, how you doing? You were the corners coach a couple of days ago. Now you're the interim head coach. I'm just wondering, you haven't had a lot of time. Are there going to be any staff changes, or will you change up maybe any responsibilities on the staff to get things more streamlined for the second half of the season?
Good to see you, Bob. Not immediately, other than have to replace my cornerback position. Jordan Lucas will take that role. There will be no other staff changes immediately. This first week, I want to get my feet grounded underneath me and understand all the roles of being the head coach and the CEO of this program. I will take a deeper look in each day as to where I see that I can help us improve.
Let's go over here, Neil.
Hey Terry, can you say how James took it, and has he had an opportunity, or will he be able to talk to the team? How's that work?
Yeah, so fortunately for him, he was able to address the team. He let them know. And as you could imagine, it was emotional. Those kids love him. You know, he went into each and every one of their homes and brought them here. And their families entrusted him. So there was a lot of emotion in that meeting. James is a great guy, man. He's done so much for all of us that we're just thankful. We're gonna miss him. You know.
Let's go to John.
Hi Terry. You mentioned the loyalty to James aspect of this. Was there any hesitation on your part to take the interim role out of loyalty to James, and what was his reaction when you told him that you were the interim head coach?
James has always told me that if something happened to him, he would recommend that I be the next person to lead. So he understood. We're all under contract. We have to press forward. You know, we're dealt a certain hand in life, and whatever that hand is, you have to play it. This is the hand that I've been dealt to lead this program. When I woke up yesterday morning, I had no idea I was going to be the interim head coach of Penn State University. Today, I'm super proud to be that, and I will lead this program to the best of my ability, and we're going to get it back on track.
Let's go over here on the right, Audrey, and then we're going to go to Jake over here on the left.
Hey Terry, Can you kind of talk us through, obviously there's a learning curve with Jim's defense that these guys are working through as this now kind of falls on your plate too. Are there things that you think you can do to simplify maybe this defense the rest of the way to get these guys playing faster and more aggressive, which is what James had told us had been an issue?
Yeah, on the defensive side, the biggest thing for us is we've got to get our defensive line to be in sync. Everything starts up front. So the true things that we have to fix this week is the offensive line, defensive line. And not that they're problems, but they got to be able to control the line of scrimmage. You control the line of scrimmage, you control the game. And those are the two things that we're focusing on this week. And it goes back to part of my original statement of toughness. We got to be tougher up front, and that sets the tone for what everyone else does.
Over here on the left, Jake.
Yeah, Terry, you guys were a 2-point conversion away from maybe being the #1 team in the country 3 weeks ago. How do you explain what's happened these last 3 games? And then do you have an update on Drew, his injury, his recovery outlook?
Yeah, we were, like you said, a 2-point conversion away from beating a top team. I don't really have an explanation, losses. When we look back at last season, there were so many close games that the ball bounced our way. Right? We go to USC and we're down 20-7 and the ball bounces our way. We go to Wisconsin and the ball bounces. We go to Minnesota, the ball bounces our way. This year the ball's not bouncing our way, so we have to persevere and press forward and keep grinding to be better. And as for Drew, I don't have any other updates other than he's out for the year.
Back left corner, Allie.
Hey Terry, how are you? You talk about Penn State with so much love, and you always have, and we've seen this program overcome some incredible odds. To look at where you are today and trying to bring everyone back together, what do you think is most important for people to know about why you love Penn State so much and why they should love Penn State?
Yeah, Penn State's done so much for me and my family. Like I said, my dad, he graduated in '68. He set a tone for us. He moved us out of small town Aliquippa, Pennsylvania, and showed us a better life through his education here. And, when I graduated in '91 and now I'm supporting and taking care of my family, it's because of Penn State and all the lessons that I've learned here. And, I just want to give back to this community what it's always given to me and my family. And it means everything to me. I don't see working here as a job. I love waking up every morning and showing up for work and trying to make us better.
In the back over here, Tyler.
Terry, thanks for your time. Wanted to ask you about your new starting quarterback, Ethan Grunkemeyer. What can you tell us about how he's responded since Saturday evening, and what have you learned about him thus far during the season that maybe we haven't to lend you confidence moving forward?
Yeah, we have every bit of confidence in Ethan. He's got a strong arm, he's athletic, super smart kid. We're entrusting him. He's been thrown in there just like I've been thrown in there, so we got something in common. And, he's gonna be ready. We're gonna rep him all week and drill him all week and put him in class on grass. And, we're very confident we're gonna have a game plan for him that fits him. Super excited to see him go out there Saturday night.
Over here, back left, Bethany.
Hey Coach, thank you for your time. You inherit a 500 team, especially after the expectations coming into this season. Maybe a fan base that's divided. You mentioned the temperament in the locker room. I'm curious, when this season is all said and done, what you would define as a successful second half to the season and how you hope to achieve it.
Success is the team pulling the rope the same direction. It's when you watch us play, you guys will come in here and your questions won't be effort. Your questions won't be they look lethargic. If we lose, it's going to be because that team beat us and they were just better. We won't answer questions about how we lost the last 3 games. There's not one of those teams that we could arguably say was better than us, including Oregon. So I promise we're gonna put a better product on the field that every Penn Stater is gonna be super proud of.
In the front, Greg? Good.
Thanks for your time, Coach. Two personnel questions for you. A.J. Harris only played 18 snaps. I believe the last one was after the touchdown over his head. So was he taken out of the game? Was he injured? And is there anything you can share with us about Cooper Cousins after he was out last Saturday?
Yeah, AJ, unfortunately for him, you know, he was put in a position and, you know, got beat on the touchdown. And, you know, we made a decision at that time to just play some other guys. AC, Davian Collins, and our other corner, Elliott Washington. Those guys have rotated all year, and we just felt like we had a better chance to have success with those guys. As far as Cooper Cousins, you know, he's a week-to-week process, and, you know, we'll get to practice tomorrow and kind of figure out where he's at, and, you know, hopefully he'll be ready.
Way in the back, T. Frank.
Terry, right here. You've mentioned a couple times whether it's swag, having fun, grit, determination, some of those things that you said that you want to get back for this program. What do you think led to losing them in the first place?
There's a number of reasons. You know, we're in a new era of football, and, you know, like Pat said, you know, you have to navigate everything about it. NIL. There's money, the locker room of bringing 125 guys together as a team, bringing individuals like a hand and making them collective. That's my job now. And I've got to bring everyone together to see the benefits of how we can all succeed as one. And, you know, it's not going to be easy because these guys love Coach Franklin. And some of them are torn up, and we got to rally the troops and become one.
Got time for two more questions. Let's go over here on the right to Max.
Hey Terry, appreciate the time. When we have in-season coach firings in today's era, sometimes it's a commonplace to see some players decide to redshirt, sit out the season. 6 games in, you don't have to deal with that quite as much, but by my count, you have 31 players who are in that situation. How do you address that dynamic within the team?
Well, I'm glad to know it's 31 in that, so now I have something to look forward to. You know, that's another dynamic that I have to manage now. You know, I've talked to a few players personally today. It's my message to all of them is you signed up to play football. We love the game of football. And let's keep the main thing the main thing. You only earn opportunity through production on the field. And if you're not productive on the field, it doesn't matter where you go, want to sit out. Who wants you next? You're not going to make the money you think you're supposed to. You're not going to be drafted where you think you're supposed to be drafted. So my message is, we have an opportunity to come together, win the season, shock the world, and we all can have success together.
Last question over here on the right, Daniel.
Terry, thanks for your time this afternoon. Along those lines, when you talk about message, what have the conversations been like with some of these recruits? What's your message to them and their families as they are trying to make a decision for them given what's going on here?
Yeah, you know, it's a twofold question because you got your 26 class and your 27 class was a whole year and a half out, right? You know, those guys are going to be directly impacted by the final decision of who the head coach will be. Our message is, remember all the reasons you chose Penn State. This is still a great university, offers a first-class education. You know it's going to be first-class football. We play in the Big Ten at the highest level. No matter who the next head coach is, Pat and Vinny and the administration are going to bring an outstanding candidate here. So it was always the message that we would give these recruits in the past about assistant coaches, right? There's always going to be a great leader here at Penn State University. And that standard is the standard, as Pat said. And whoever the next head coach will be, will uphold that standard, and they'll be in good hands.
Thank you very much, Terry.
Thanks, sir.